Welcome back, everybody. A very exciting edition of the Technology Metals Show. I'm your quasi-host, Peter Clausi, back with Jack Lifton, looking as happy as ever. Very excited about today's conversation because this is crucial to the functioning of our current world. We're talking about the critical metal supply chain. We're blessed to have two of the world's experts. In my bottom left-hand corner is Christopher Ecclestone from Hallgarten Company. We're in a time zone where Chris is already drinking his red wine, so good for you, buddy. Out on the west coast of Canada is Mitchell Smith from GEMC, Global Energies Metals Corp, who last week received an award as one of the top 10 influencers in the global battery metal space. So congrats to you, Mitch. So let's start with a couple of things that came out today. I just received an email saying that General Motors is bringing new batteries to cut electric car costs and increase their range. General Motors says it will spend $20 billion through 2025 on electric vehicles. Do you believe them?
Okay. I'll jump in and start.
The question is, do they have $20 billion? The answer is no. So how are they going to spend it?
But that brings us to the question. I sent something around earlier to you on Mercedes doing a similar thing. Mm-hmm. That then brings us to the supply chain question. Why are the downstream manufacturers getting involved at a mining level for these metals? Mitch, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, I think this is actually a trend that we're going to see a lot more of, and you know, we've obviously seen the likes of Tesla and GM and Ford talking about doing this. You know, other downstream users in the electronic industry as well. Apple, of course, is notorious for looking into downstream or upstream markets. But you know, I think the question is, where's the supply coming from? And you know, a lot of them are suggesting that they only want ethical source of lithium or cobalt or rare earths and localized supply close to their own market. You know, that's where the question really lies: is where are they going to get that supply from?
Chris?
Well, yeah, that raises the good point of. Do companies like Apple, which is not, you know, in our space, but Apple, do they really want to get involved in the mining of cobalt? They need intermediaries to wash the product so that it comes out of a mine with children mining it in the DRC and then ends up in a factory in China where it's turned into a device. They need intermediaries because if they were actually doing it themselves, there would be an audit trail that they would not want out there.
I was going to save cobalt for later, but since we've already stepped in it, Jack, 65% of the world's cobalt comes from the DRC. Ever since the Belgian Leopold the Butcher showed up, the Congolese have just had the living life beat out of them for their mineral treasures. Is there any way we can stop this from happening in the cobalt world?
There isn't, you know, cobalt is recovered as a byproduct, okay? So it's really I don't know what the term is, but unless there's copper and nickel mined, there won't be any cobalt produced. That's the problem.